Hello, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies. This video is specifically addressing a pile in my most recent manifestation check, but the advice I'm about to give is hopefully somewhat useful to everyone. Over here at Sovereignty Central, we manifest from fulfillment and authenticity. I advocate for that because while you can achieve material results via other means, those means usually have energetic consequences that you probably won't want to experience. Most of us at some point, usually it's the beginning of our manifestation journeys, are looking to manifest very specific things, specific people, circumstances, objects, or amounts of money. When we do this, we are already operating at low vibe. Yes, including Abraham Hicks, when they talk about specific forms in your vibrational escrow. Zeroing in on specific results puts us in the energy of restriction, control, and poverty. What we're saying usually is, without this specific thing, I refuse to see my worth. I refuse happiness, which is ridiculous. And saying you have to be happy to get what you want makes happiness stressful and transactional and defeats the purpose and is also low vibe. I promise you'd rather be happy than married to Jimin or Margot Robbie, even though she seems delightful. A huge mistake we make when manifesting is thinking to ourselves, in order to be with this specific person, I need to be thin or muscular, have blonde hair, and wear a particular style, and have these particular interests. And then you go do that, even though perhaps none of those things are aligned with your authenticity. If you aren't aligned with your authenticity, you are not aligned with source. You can make all of these changes and totally manifest that specific person. But if it is not in your authenticity, you can have everything you want and be completely miserable, just empty and in pain. This gets really hazardous when you believe that someone specific or a specific circumstance, attaining it or them, is the only way you'll be happy or experience genuine love. This is fake. Your happiness, worth, and love are not tied up to anything or anyone in materiality. This is why I talk about fulfillment first, or why you hear New Thought people harp on positivity and being happy now. Whatever changes you decide to make for yourself are better off being changes that increase your fulfillment. Changes you want to make for yourself, period, to improve the quality of your own life and not for a particular result, especially if it's for another person, but really it's for anything. It's a little bit like addiction, if that's not too crass. The person dealing with the addiction has to decide they are personally done with what's going on in their life before they will actually change. It doesn't matter that you want them to be different. We don't own other beings. Even if it hurts to see them suffer, they are free to do so. All we can do is be visible and vocal about our own recoveries and let them decide. I know it's upsetting, but not everyone recovers. That's really, really scary and sad, but that's the truth. We recover and we work to increase access and awareness. That's about it. This gets sticky when we become aware that we've wronged or harmed another being. Guilt and shame and all of that will build up unless we forgive ourselves. When it comes to people I'm aware I've hurt, I consider if that person is still in my life, how long it's been, and the nature of the transgression. There are some things we do to beings for which we will not receive forgiveness from that being. There are people who have egregiously harmed me who are so far in denial that they will gaslight me to this day if I were to go to them and bring it up. While having face-to-face accountability and forgiveness is incredible, it isn't necessary. We have to be honest about seeking forgiveness from others. Do you truly wish to experience mutual healing with this person? Or are you attempting to relieve your own pain? If it's the latter, you'll end up with energetic consequence. We are not dependent on other beings for forgiveness. We can forgive ourselves, or if you're a theist, you can receive that from God or Source. If you can't get in touch with another person, or that person for whatever reason can't or won't forgive you, then you forgive them for that and you move on. If you are unable to do this, if you are unable to let go chronically, you will accumulate more and more and more spiritual, emotional, psychological weight. It will become crushing, and nothing you do, nothing you manifest will relieve it. To relieve it requires vulnerability, honesty, acceptance, and forgiveness. Depending on who you are, this will be incredibly hard. It seems impossible. This is what happens to people who are severely traumatized and who either don't have access to help, or their particular very strong mental defenses will prevent them from seeking the assistance they very much need. There is not one specific person you're supposed to be with. You can have happiness, love, and fulfillment with a number of different people. If you're authentically monogamous, we are still choosing devotion to one. It doesn't mean we're not attracted to other people, get real. It just means we experience fulfillment through commitment and the development of long-term intimacy. Don't change yourself to manifest. Change yourself because you want to change. That change should bring you closer to who you are, not farther away. Without that intimacy with ourselves, we will consistently suffer. Remember, this is all messy, and messy isn't wrong. So, if you are a fellow mess looking to manifest in the sovereign age, join the club, give me a follow. I talk about all this almost every day across all my social media accounts, so check out the links below if you'd like more. I'll also be creating more on energy and energy management, as well as manifestation checks in the form of card readings. I'll have some book reviews that correspond to these topics, including High Strangeness and the various beings with which we share our space. If any of that sounds interesting, stay tuned to this channel. My traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, we're not here to create happily ever after. We're here to create happy right now.